my audience like. I did some independent films with Master P, and a lot of those movies did really well.
I'm ambitious, I'm a hustler. I have my own lane.
That's the thing about comedy. You wake up every day, you don't know if you're funny that day.
Yeah, that sound like one of them songs. Sound like it could be one of them joints. Yeah. Where the show at? Where the show at? Where the show at? Yeah. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the show. It's Friday. Welcome to the program. Let's Go Live with Lamont King. I'm Lamont King, and we are now live. So let's go. Good to see y'all. Welcome back. We made it. Another Friday. Something like a podcast. We do this Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. to 7 East Coast time. Shout out to everybody watching on the West Coast right now and worldwide. Good to see y'all. Trending topics, man. Hilarious commentary, interesting people, and special celebrity guests. And you. And you. And money. Fridays, of course, we do our 50-50 raffle. We got the live money wheel. We give away money live on air to you. Hit the thumbs up right now. Invite somebody. Tell them, come on in. We're going to have a hell of a conversation. You know what it is. Broadcasting live from the newly remodeled Drunken Fruit Studios.
I don't care if it is a closet. You still looking mad official.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And inside Tiny Closet Command Center, visit our sponsor, drunkenfruit.com. Spell it right. And also, while you're at it, our other sponsor, 2A Apparel. Go ahead and get you a mug, man. It's tea time. For all my coffee drinkers and non-coffee drinkers alike. If you just want to appear threatening at your job, go ahead and get you one of these 2A mugs, Paranelia.com. Paranelia.com. That's an original design. You won't see it anywhere else. Patent pending. Working on the trademark as we speak. So we're not with the shits over here. Good to see y'all, man. How y'all feeling? Everybody good? You can hear it a little bit. I still got a little bit of allergens, but I'm on the downward slope, man. I had a little bit of it was touch and go for a minute, man. I had a little sinus infection. All that was touch and go. I don't even know what touch and go means, but it was touch and go. I guess one touch and I could have gone. I don't know. I always wondered what that phrase meant. But anyway, bring it to the program right now. The homie, Friday, New York Bureau Chief, all fun and games, Mr. John Watson, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, what's up with you, fam?
It's good with ya.
Ain't too much. What's happening?
Let me put this number up real quick.
Touch and go. They touch you and then they go.
They touch you and then they go. I think that's what touch and go always is. It's touch and go. Like, what is that even? What is that?
That was what they said. That was what they said in court. I touched him, then I had to go.
Then I had to go. When you touched it, you gotta go. You know,
that too.
Yeah, you got. That's what the judge said.
You doing it in your Kwame boy. Touch me.
Touch me.
You gotta go.
Damn hands. Oh man. Let me say this before we get into that. Wednesday was Mental Health Day, but it was also a national holiday. I don't know what y'all expected from me on Malcolm X's birthday. Are you kidding? I'm going to work on a national holiday? Who's doing that? You going to work at 4th of July? No. So there's that. That's my national holiday.
There you go.
It's my pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Had to salute.
Y'all took President's Day, didn't you?
Yeah, you took President's Day. But I can't take Malcolm X's birthday off. Malcolm X Day. I can't take Malcolm X Day. Right. I am Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? Right. I am Malcolm X. I'm Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? Joe Claire, man, he used to do a bit. Oh my God, he used to do this joke about that. I mean, he just used to.
Yeah, I think I saw it.
He would just do it for 20 minutes. And
yes.
I would. That's one of my favorite. I tell him to this day that was one of my favorite bits. I am Malcolm X. He said the last dude sounded slow, so he would like, I am Malcolm X. I am Malcolm X. Just do it for 20 minutes. Oh my God. Anyway, and then we lost Paul Mooney, comedy great icon.
Yeah, man.
As well.
Yeah.
It's great.
I think that was
another
little bit more expected, but still.
Well, he health-wise, he had been on a decline for about 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
Battling dementia and Alzheimer's.
Yeah, man.
But to, just to be like, he's not here no more. It's kind of a blow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because he was still trying, in the last 2 to 3 years, he was still on stage.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So, truth telling, another
That's
truth
a dude
teller.
you could watch for hours.
Yeah.
Hours. Like, I remember back in the day, when he used to have specials that would come on. I think mostly HBO. HBO would be the only ones that would back him. Even if there was those, remember when HBO used to do those 1 hour specials or those half-hour joints? Right. That's where I think I really got introduced to him. When they used to do those specials back in the day, even like because I think they predated Def Jam.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, this dude is like, I mean, he's off the chain, off the chart.
I got to introduce Robert Townsend's Partners in Crime.
That too. I think you're gonna say the Partners in Crime, right? Yeah. Yes, because they gave him a whole a full bit, like a full. I don't know how long it was, but he had like a nice little chunk of segment in that. Yeah, it was Partners in Crime. You're right. And that was in the 80s, right? That was like in the
89, 88, 89. Yeah.
I feel like it was before that, but okay.
Might have been.
But yeah. That was that special. We used to VHS that joint and just play it back.
When you ain't doing nothing else, we're watching that. Yeah, we're watching that. That was
Howard Hewitt and
yeah.
That's matter of fact, y'all gotta find that joint. That joint was classic. It has so many classic joints in there.
Yeah, because that's what introduced me to
the Wayans is in them.
Yeah, to everybody. Robert Townsend really, that was a game changer. I mean, among his other game changers, but that was duplicated by Living Color.
Yeah,
it was duplicated by Chappelle, duplicated by Kim Peele, and now currently it's this very similar formula to what Michael Che has. That damn Michael Che.
I don't know. I don't even know how I didn't know that was on HBO until I saw it, and I was like, "Okay, what Michael Che doing?" And I was like, "How?" Because I caught on last weekend. And they were already 4 or 5 episodes in. I'm like, "How did I not know this is on?"
Under
that
the
show
radar.
is fantastic.
Yeah, it's funny because I look at him on what he does and what he is. Head writer SNL. Yeah, and it's like this show is all the stuff I won't let y'all have.
What's interesting?
This material is too good for SNL. Y'all can't have it.
He was interviewed on Howard Stern on Tuesday, I want to say, this week, promoting the HBO show. And he was literally like, because they were talking about the whole writing process and blah, 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 and SNL, and how do you, how do you now say this is good for SNL and this is good for me? He said, oh, it's real simple. He said, anything that I really, really want, SNL can't do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
right,
take it.
right.
He said you can't do it on SNL. Therefore, this is my outlet to do it. And he still got Lauren Michaels, who's the executive producer, executive produces the show on HBO as well. So it's not like he taking from Lauren's bag. He like, all right, just put it over here, fam. This is where it can work.
I know we can't do this on network.
That show is so good. It's so good. It's so good. I encourage anybody to go watch that.
Yeah. Oh, I left one out. A Black Lady Sketch Show. That's up there too.
And then you know what? That's gotten better because I just watched an episode of it last night. That first season, I don't even think I finished watching the
first season. Was the beast to me.
I didn't like it.
I haven't even seen. But see, I'm partial to a lot of these situations. Because I know half of them. So I was rooting for a Black Lady Sketch Show before I saw the first episode.
Right.
And there's another one that was on Netflix during the quarantine. If somebody in the peanut gallery can name it, there was another one.
Okay.
It was like Smart Black Funny. No, that's right.
Wasn't like two dope queens or something like that?
No, I didn't see that either.
Okay.
No, there was a group of about 8 improv actors, sketch actors, and they had a whole series. I think Kenya Barris might have been behind it. And that joint was good to me, super quality, but it went under the radar. It didn't have any big names attached to it, and it wasn't. Somebody's gonna say it.
But a Black Lady Sketch Show, I'm enjoying the second season. Wait, they switched up some of the actresses. I don't know if that's maybe part of the reason why. I don't know. Yeah. But maybe. I'm enjoying it way more this season. I think it's like the humor is just better to me. I like, I just wasn't getting it last season.
Yeah.
And the chick, what's her name? Gabrielle Dennis.
Gabrielle Dennis, tough.
She's fun. She's like.
But that's what I'm saying. She been tough.
She's really funny.
Yeah. She been on her resume.
I know. I looked her up the other day. Like, yeah, because she goes back like before when what was that show? The football joint.
The Game.
The Game. The Game.
That was her little breakthrough situation where everybody put her as actress.
Right.
She was Whitney Houston in the Lifetime.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But comedy first though. She used to live out here. She from here.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, she went to Howard.
And she's in Upshaws too. Yeah, the Upshaws. Yeah. Which I like. Yeah. I like the Upshaws.
Upshaws is thorough.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was gonna like it. Though. I like the Upshaws. I binge watched that joint in like a day and a half.
Yeah, I was rooting for that, and it I was pleasantly
delivered. It definitely delivers. Yeah,
Wanda know how to do it. Wanda and Paige Hurwitz, they know how to put that together.
That's who I had the faith behind. I said, as Wanda Sykes created and produced, I see it because Wanda's funny. Wanda put out funny stuff.
And the Astronomy Club. That's it. I was thinking something nerdy, but I couldn't. Yeah, the Astronomy Club.
Okay, I think I did see something about that.
In the pandemic, I watched that.
Was it on HBO or was it on? It was on Netflix. I think that's Netflix. I think I know what you're talking about. I think I saw it on Netflix.
And Kenya Barris or somebody was behind, but I was like, I'm watching the joint. I'm like, what? No one's talking about this. I was like, this
definitely
is
Netflix. Okay, I think I watched an episode. I don't know if I liked it though.
I did.
Okay.
But the Upshaws, what I like about that is there's a small little curve that I wasn't expecting.
Okay.
And now I can't watch regular sitcoms because of
what was the curve?
Profanity.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it at first.
But you know why? Because it's
subtle.
Way more, it's a realistic, subtle.
Yeah.
Profanity. It's not like every word is the MF and da da da. It's like, no, this is in real life when you would actually say this word as this age adult.
What is this? And I was
but you have to put it in context because they're adults of a certain age at this point. They play in late 40s, early 50s ish, right? They got a family, whatever. So like, most people, don't necessarily curse around their kids unless something really.
Right.
You want the butter that that's when like, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you just try to keep it, kind of PG-13 around the kids. But like they throw in those curses right where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
They're not overly gratuitous, you know what I'm saying?
Wanda's landing her punchlines too, which is hilarious. But now that y'all cussing on the sitcom, I can't go and watch the sitcoms. See, it ain't the same. Y'all ruined that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the new format. That's the new
Like
platform.
if they could cuss on Family Matters,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
or Blackish. God damn it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, that's why you got Black AF, because they could curse on that. You know what I'm saying? And they curse like every other word is like they can't half form a sentence without you know what I'm saying, spitting out 3-4 curses at a time. Like, okay.
Now, real quick, my Paul Mooney story. I don't really, I seen him a few times. Seen him live 50 times.
Really, that many times? Well, I guess he was out there. He was out there.
Yeah, easily. And he stayed on stage 2-3 hours at a time, like it's nothing. And so my first time at a comedy club in 2002 on stage, booked. The owner, shout out to John X. He was the manager at the time, and booked me. I was on the radio, and he was like, "Open for Paul," and I was like, "All right." He was icon at the time for me. One of the people I looked up to. I was trying to say idol, but I don't want to use idol. But anyway, put me on the show, 10 shows with him. Paul don't talk to you. Paul will come through. He ain't had an entourage, but he had his sister has been in DC for about 40 years, 40, 50 years. His sister started out as his brother.
Okay. Well,
a lot of people don't know that.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know that. So him and her and maybe one security or whatever. So they'd be in the green room. At the time, I couldn't sit in the green room. It's small anyway, DC Improv. But he was going stage 3, and he had a high walk rate. He's the one I learned what a walk rate is. When a comedian...
When people walk out on you?
When people walk out on you. So he had a high walk rate, and you would just sit there and watch the show. After like 5 or 6, I'm knowing his material. I'm familiar with his material, so I know when,
You know when it's going to happen. You count down.
Right. And then you see...
Like, and the walk starts...
Yeah, and people just completely get offended. A hit dog or holler, and the couple, the wife doesn't want to sit through the city bar, and the husband has to go with her. And then on the way out, Paul will sting you, and then the husband is like, "You, goddamn it, you know," and scared to get his ass out of there.
Right.
And so 10 shows, right? So that was like, and I got that on tape too. It's on the internet somewhere. The audio from me, 10 shows, the beginning of my career. 10 years later, I was outside in DC at another comedy club. He get into a cab. I say, I'm gonna just go pay my respect. Eddie Bryant was with me. It's a true story. I said, I'm gonna go pay my respects. So I go, hey, Mr. Mooney, hey, man, because I startled him because he was getting in the car. I was like, hey, man, I just want to let you know I'm a comedian. I started my career with you. I did 10 shows with you, DC Improv 10 years ago. I had the dumb face like this. Then he looked, and he was halfway in the cab. This was before Uber, and he was in the door, and he looked me up and down. He was like, "Hey, you're not famous yet, nigga," and then got in the car and just drove off. I'm like, "Oh, you." He played the shit out of me.
Wait, you should have thanked him. You should like, thank you, sir.
No, but I was stuck. I was like, oh, this nigga? Oh, you for real? Oh, that's what you saying? And
he hit you with the black rickles.
Yeah.
Black rickles, that should have been an honor. He's like, sir, thank you, sir.
But then
may I have another big brother.
But I was mad though. I was like, damn, I'm not famous. What am I doing out here? Jeez, 10 years. I was like, oh. But then I went to
go back and make some life choices,
man. But every time he came to my town, I seen him, and it's just amazing work on stage.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, shout out to Paul Mooney, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's get to it, man.
I have my one good Dick Gregory story.
Oh, okay.
Like that. So in DC you have Daddy Grace's Kitchen, right?
Right.
Okay, so I was my brother was in town, also known as Dr. Rich. And I was like, yo, next time you're in DC, we got to go over here, man. You want some real auntie and them sticking their toe in the food, cooking, eat at lunch, and you're going to be good till tomorrow type food. We're going to go over here. So we went over to the church, just like a little basement cafeteria situation. And we get in line, and it's a little, they serve the food, whichever you pick. And in line right in front of us is Dick Gregory, right? So now I had maybe on 1 or 2 occasions before, just being in DC, you're going to bump into Dick Gregory. So, I fronted like I had in all fairness, bumped into him 1 or 2 times before. So I'm like, oh, brother Gregory, yeah, hit him with the, hey,
Hey, remember we
and
was
my brother,
good.
yeah, and my brother's like, yo, that's Dick Gregory. I'm like, yeah, man, we in DC. Dick Gregory be around all the time. So he's like, he awestruck, and I'm like, yeah, brother Gregory, he's like, this is my brother. So we get in line, and anyway, so Dick Gregory's big on the diet.
Yeah.
Right. So he gets in line and orders like some salmon cakes and the blah 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 and the vegetable blah. Right. So I get in line. I'm like, yeah, I kind of didn't want the salmon cakes too. I was like, yeah, let me also get the salmon cakes and such and so forth. My brother's like, yeah, let me get the Dick Gregory with a side of. So by the time 3 people down, the meal had now become the Dick Gregory because everybody was like, everybody was on salmon cakes because Dick Gregory was in there getting salmon cakes and he's Mr. Diet. Y'all gotta eat like that. So by the time the third person down, it's like, yeah, let me get that Dick Gregory with a side of so and so and so forth. And I think we ended up paying for his meal just because it was Dick Gregory.
Nobody's coming after that getting bacon. No one.
Right, you know what I'm saying? With nobody ordering the ham hocks and hog moss or whatever the hell else they had in there that was fatty fat. But yeah,
it's amazing when you run into these people and you realize that they're real people. So the last show that I did at the DC Improv was with him. It was a charity show.
Mm-hmm.
It was an Alpha show. The Alphas
with Dick Gregory.
With Gregory, yeah.
Okay,
they did the Alphas in DC did a show, and because he's an Alpha,
right?
And he was like, "Oh, get Lamont," and I was like, "Shit, yeah, I ain't even, you ain't got to pay me for that one."
Right.
So I went and did the show with him, and it was 2 shows that night. It was one night.
Mm-hmm.
But he was, think of everything you know about Dick Gregory, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now add this on. He got drunk. I was not expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting, but that wasn't it. And he's
brother Gregory, wait a minute.
Man, I was like, I didn't know.
Ain't no meat and alcohol, fam.
Yeah, I was like, all right. So he had I thought it was juice.
Yeah.
Right. And he was going through it because he'd sit on the stool and he'd talk, and then and that's why with the white boys, and then 10 minutes later, well, he going through the joint, right? He don't stay 2 hours,
right?
So you just sitting there enjoying. So he go through the joint, and then they kept getting they was started red, then they turned pink, then they was just getting lighter and lighter, right? So at the end of the night, they had this little wraparound walkway that's between the wall and there's a curtain. It's like a secret passageway. That's how you get
to the stage. Okay,
So they was like, I seen the flashlight and it's blinking. They like, Lamont, and they come up here, and I go up there, and I was like, what's up? And they like, yeah, we're gonna need you to walk him down. And I was like, oh, he good? And they was like, yeah. So I was like, all right. So I'm looking backstage in the walkway. It's like 5 or 6 empty glasses with the straw. And I'm looking around. I'm like, well, who was back here? But nobody back here. He was going through them, vodka and cranberry. So he come down the joint, and I'm walking him down. I was like, oh shit. I was like, I didn't know that. I didn't know you like to get your head bent, brother Gregory.
Let me tell you something.
Okay, Greg.
That's why I don't mess with vodka. Vodka and cranberry. I nearly died one night, fam.
Oh, jeez.
Like straight up. I was at spot in DC.
Oh, was always.
I'll tell you now because it's not even there no more. It's not called that anymore. Bar 7. Remember Bar 7?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm at Bar 7, and I get there just to meet, fellas out for some drinks, just see what's happening. I was going through some personal life things, so I just needed an outlet, go get some drinks and talk my talk. And I met up. I saw one of my boys I didn't even know was going to be there, was in there, and apparently it was like, I don't know, $3 vodka and cranberry night. I don't know. Whatever it was, vodka was dumb cheap. So, of course, when it's $3 something night, your boy, hey, I got you, fam. Come on. We lining them up. And I'm just, bang. Man, I promise you, I was in there for maybe an hour. My man that I was supposed to meet gets in there. I'm already roasted. It's like I got there like 9:45. By 10:45, I'm almost all the way gone.
It's good work. It's good work.
Right? So, but to the point where I was like, yo, the only self I had about myself was like, yo, fam, I can't stand. He's like, he just got his first drink. He's like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
I gotta go, fam. I gotta go. It's about to go bad. It's about to go real bad, real quick. He's like, all right, people's meet me out. I'm gonna clear out my tab. I gotta get outside in fresh air right now. And I had that look on my face. I go outside now. Everything else is according to him. According to him, I was across the street, sitting on a curb, hugging on a car wheel for dear life, just blabbering.
Was the car moving?
The car was not moving. The car was definitely parked. But I'm just hugging the car wheel, waiting for somebody to help me
at top speed.
And he had to.
You were flying.
I was gone, and I was like, you know what? Me and Baca no more friends.
Yeah, no more. He was taking it like a chance. He was 80 then. He was 80 then. Yeah, and just sipping through the joint. So I was like, and somebody said, "Why you ain't say nothing, man?" So he could.
It's Gregory.
What type of fool is you?
Right.
What will get me in one of them stories?
Right.
I had this video that I've been trying to find. It's on an old camera. When we was at the Riot Act Comedy Club in DC, and he was gonna do a show for us. So we sitting there talking, just building in the lobby, and I had to record. I said, "You mind, brother, if I record?" So he's like, "No." So I'm recording. This is before he started doing all those YouTubes with all those people. Before that, yeah. So he was just going. He was just telling stories, and we couldn't get him to stop. And he was looking around. He's like, "Man, this about to be gone in a few years." And we was like, wait, what? We was like, Chinatown, like F Street, or this place, this establishment, or the world. Like, what is you talking?
Wait, where was because Riot Act was where? Riot Act was in Chinatown, right?
Yeah,
it was on I Street, right?
F-
like F Street, okay.
Or one of those, right there, yeah.
No, so I know it was because it was that was whose spot was that? That was your man. What was his name? That owned the spot, or that ran it.
Those the people that got put out of DC Improv. That's who that was.
All right. I thought it
was a whole situation.
Something of Williams' spot.
Nah.
Okay, go ahead.
Whole situation. And so he was like, "Oh, this be gone." He said, "Y'all don't even know."
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He was like, "We just sleep." And we was like, and he was like, he predicted Trump. I got all this shit on tape. This is like 2012. I got all on tape.
You have it?
Did you find it? It's on a digital camera.
You know what happened? You know what happened.
But look, so we didn't even get to the most memorable thing. He started talking about Michael Jackson. Says, Michael Jackson, I knew the boy since he was a boy. I knew him. He said, turn that camera off. And I was like, oh, stink.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like, Michael Jackson, he said, for years they tried to smear that boy. He said, try to make him, pedophile. Mike wasn't no pedophile, huh? What kind of fool is you? He was like, might have been gay, but he wasn't no pedophile. I was like, nigga, I'm sitting there, man, Eddie, I'm like, nigga. And then he come out to, he didn't die the way they said he died, and they came down, the SWAT came down in the bed. Then he went all the way, but I don't have that on tape. He said he got the documents, all of that.
Nah. Somebody walked past you that night with a magnet. With a magnet, you didn't have it after that night. You thought you had it, but you didn't have whatever you had.
He said he had the schematics. Somebody gave him the documents showing the points of entry into Mike's bedroom, and all. He said he had all that. I was like, okay, okay. But yeah, man. Right. Truth tellers. That's what we're talking about, man. Truth tellers. We need more of them, and one has revealed himself this week
has risen like a phoenix from the ashes
in an amazing fashion. Let's go to real quick.
I can't catch up.
I can't either because he just did one. He just did one.
I heard you say it on the radio, and I was like, "Oh damn!" I'm not even,
he just did one.
Because I text you. Remember, I text you last night. Said I did my homework. I'm up on it, and like he's dropping gems on a daily basis now.
He did 3 today, but let's go back to the beginning. He did 3 today. Let's go back to the beginning to where he first showed up on the scene. Ladies and gentlemen, Kwame Brown.
With the first pick in the 2001 NBA draft, the Washington Wizards select Kwame Brown from Lynn Academy, Brunswick, Georgia.
Kwame Brown. Just a child. 17, 18 years old,
Kwame Brown, average
thrust
20 points,
into the
13
global
boards,
spotlight.
6 blocks. There have been comparisons, guys, to Kevin Garnett in the
One of the last classes of high school.
Also begs the question: what happened to Battier?
Oh, he had a very prolific career. Shane Battier.
For the first time in NBA draft history, high school kid is
First time in history. All right, so let's focus on that for a quick minute. First time in NBA history.
Wait, what did he say? First time in NBA history? What happened?
High schooler goes number 1.
Goes number 1. Okay.
So we're already looking at an amount of pressure that just is unheard of, unspeakable. Amount of expectation.
18 years old. 18, 19 years old.
So he said he's 39 now. So that's 19.
This was
okay. Yeah, so he was 19. Just the amount of pressure, scrutiny, and expectation on somebody that young. Number 1. Let's first deal with that. Who do we know that has managed that, been able to manage that successfully in that era? And don't say LeBron, because LeBron had a situation around him. He had a hedge of protection. He had some scholars. He had some money cats, some street dudes.
What about KG?
Okay.
Didn't KG come out of high school?
But did he go number 1? There's a
well, damn, obviously not if it's the first time it happened. You know what I'm saying?
There's a difference. I think LeBron did 2 years later.
Didn't Kobe didn't?
Not number 1. No.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, clearly they're saying it first.
So and then the situation you get into is with Michael Jordan, who's of a different era, who's of a person of a certain way. Okay,
school me on this, because I don't even know what the thing was with
MJ. Was a player GM at Washington Wizards at the time who drafted him. And
so this was got it. This is back then.
Jordan's way that we're all familiar with now after watching The Last Dance is something that if you were project manager or if you were in charge of an organization, he's not the guy you put to train up this 18-year-old. It's not the guy. Right. It's not gonna work.
Right.
And guess what?
Right.
It didn't work for whatever reason. Sure, he that wasn't his personality. Their personalities didn't match. And so success was never reached. So in basketball terms, he was a bust. He didn't reach his full potential. And subsequently for the last 20 years became a punchline, a basketball punchline. When you talk about failures in the NBA, no matter who you are, what platform, what level you're talking, you're going to mention Kwame Brown. You're going to be a Kwame Brown ass nigga. Like he was synonymous with failure to reach expectation in professional basketball, right? Punchline, butter jokes. So apparently recently, and I'm just bringing y'all quickly up to speed. Apparently recently on Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes, 2 ex-players, on their podcast, I think he got mentioned in some kind of way. I don't even know the point of origin. I don't know. I've been around to watch Chris Broussard, Stephen A. Smith, and everybody else shit on Kwame Brown for 20 years. I've been around for that. But what happened last week, I didn't catch it. What I saw was the first Kwame Brown live. It was like 21 minutes of him just going on them dudes. But it was so refreshing because he was saying stuff that I've been waiting to hear somebody say. He took the angle he took was a stand your ground. I'm a man first. You're not gonna talk to me that way. Here's where you're wrong, and here's some dirt on you too, and take this ass whooping on the way out. Like that was so refreshing because that gets shut down now. Everybody tap dances so much now because everybody has so much to lose. Coming from a person who has nothing to gain and even less to lose, I was like, yes, finally, just a black dude being a black dude not with the shits.
Here's the thing I like about it. One is that, when you're an insider, like most of these cats are, they're privy to information that we'll just never know. You know what I'm saying? So like when you say he has receipts, he got the receipts. You know what I'm saying? He was there, lived it, experienced it. You know what I'm saying? And if you really, want to pull him up on it, you can. Obviously, this day and age, you can find the footage of every time somebody said something slight about him. Right. So there's that part. The other part is the nothing to lose part. I was in the game for how many years was he in it? Probably 10 years or so, plus 13. Whatever. Yeah, 13 years. Mm-hmm. I made all my bread. I was clearly smart with my bread because I have my land. I got, what I deem is important, and I did with my money to secure my future, such and so forth. So there's nothing you can take away from me right now. You know what I'm saying? Anything I say is not going to stop, my money or any whatever. Like, it's not like I have endorsement deals that I'm whatever. I got to hush my mouth and blah, blah, blah. I'm not a commentator that I got to hush my mouth. There's nothing that I say that's going to impede my lifestyle. Right. Third thing is the message. The message is fantastic.
It's amazing.
It's fantastic. But I'll tell you, the best part of said fantastic message is the delivery.
Yeah, yes.
It's the delivery for me, because the delivery for me is, good God, this is how sometimes I wish I could just talk.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the vernacular, because people are getting on it for the vernacular. And like, man, I wish I could just speak my
shut your goddamn mouth.
Right. But you can't take away from my talk because of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how I'm saying it, you cannot dispute what I'm saying, because what I'm saying is very spot on and clear.
Yeah.
How you gonna keep talking about black men
in
such a type of way? You know what I'm saying? And it's all good because that's how you make your bag.
And that's what I was saying on Karen's show. I usually don't get into beef and gossip and all that, but this is different. This is something totally different. And the points that he's making are such jewels. Like he's spitting bars. And I don't all people tell me, oh, but he don't have to cuss so much. Nobody give a fuck about that. Because just like he said today in his live he did this afternoon, you hear worse shit on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter going around singing Throat Baby, wet ass pussy. This what he's saying into the camera.
Right.
But y'all gonna say I'm out of pocket because I just said shut your goddamn mouth, you punk.
Right.
Keep going. The fact that he keeps going. But
and then he's smart enough to say, and then y'all gonna clip me up to make it look like I'm making threatening comments when y'all know I'm just talking on joke talk, but y'all gonna take out the part where I'm laughing about it. You know what I mean? And just talk, just clip the part where I just say, he's
itemizing every point. And it's like so
good. It's so good.
The fact that they have not been able to, the people who he's throwing the darts at, have not been able to respond to his talking points is the most telling part for me. Because even from the first video, when I heard him say, man, he said, this is the problem I got with y'all. We was friends. We was teammates. He said, I don't do this. I don't think black men should be doing this to each other. He said, but y'all called me out. I was minding my business. He said, and the real problem I have is that you got these people on these white platforms who all they do is to get paid to tear down other black people. And I was like, oh. But then through example after example and logic and reasoning, combined with a little moderate levels of vulgarity, that didn't bother me. He really called him out. And you can tell that, the stuff with Stephen A is personal. Because if you think about it, and you got to do your research on this, he said at the beginning of Stephen A's career, he said he shit on me for 10 straight years on camera, on air. He said that was part of the reason they went back to changing the rule back to college, high schoolers had to do 1 year of college. It's because the campaign against me being a bust weighed heavily on NCAA, using that as justification on why you should have to go to college first and not just go into the because you don't want to end up like Kwame Brown. And he said every night, he said, you was a grown ass man talking about a boy.
Right.
You know my name. He said you went on a 55 college tour about me, when your main keynote was about me, and he just started laying it out, and it was like making sense, and I was like, oh wow, you've been sitting there taking this abuse for 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, just have at it. Like, you
right.
Who did this? Like,
right.
How would y'all shoot at this one?
Right. Allow me to reintroduce myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, oh, keep it a Kwame, man. I seen that today on Twitter. Keep it a buck, keep it 100, keep it a Kwame. Because
Can I say something else?
He's shooting facts real.
I don't know how to play Tonk, but the level of expertise, playership that he has to be spitting all whatever he was spitting and still be playing a full hand of cards at the same time. I was like, yo, how is he saying all this such focused leveling cats and still playing a whole game of Tonk? I don't know if Tonk is that easy or like whatever, but I'm like, how is he able to do both, fam?
Right.
Because he was like the one, that video in particular I was watching, I don't know how long it was, but I'm like, yo, he is spitting out gems right now.
Yeah. And Haynes, of course, says he's unpopular opinion. He's soft. Don't tell us
he's soft. Oh, geez.
You know the legend in DC. The part of his legend, other than him being not a success on the court, is how much of a brute him and his brother was in the clubs. That's part of his legend. Is that he was good with the hands. So soft.
Yeah, didn't I see? I don't know why. I think I saw something like back in the day. Like it took like.
Yeah, it was Gilbert. And
20 bounces to take him out. It was Dream.
Yeah, him and his brother. It was sick. He came out there. It took 20 bounces to get him out, and then they was fighting police. And it was like six dudes, and he was like, "You take 3, I'll take the other 3," and all that type of movie shit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm Team Kwame. Keep it a Kwame. People like that, and he's going after Charlamagne now, and so apparently.
See, I didn't know that thing. I didn't know that thing about Charlamagne either.
Exactly, a lot of people didn't. Charlamagne admitted it, but he also, caught a charge and play it out. Mm-hmm. So when he admitted it on his podcast a few years ago, he made
okay. So for whomever that may not know, legally, what did he admit to, as opposed to what he was accused of?
Probably like aggravated assault or something. He caught a lesser charge.
But the accusation was
it was consensual sex, but they both were drunk.
Okay,
they both were drunk, and he put Spanish fly in her drink.
Oh well, you see, got that Spanish fly,
He can't never say nothing about Bill, nothing ever.
Right,
and so that's part of what Kwame's ire is. He's calling him out because Charlamagne jumped in it. Because Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes are his friends or whatever, however that works. Mm-hmm. But he was like, yo, this is man stuff. Like, you don't have nothing to do with this. And I was like, man, I feel that. Mm-hmm. Even with Jamel. He said, respectfully, ma'am, miss. He said, my mother taught me how to, respect a lady, but a lady also should know her place. And he was like, this is a man issue between two men. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't offer up no commentary. And I was like,
what did Jamel Hill say?
Something slight. It was slight, but it. You could have sat this one out. Mm-hmm. And she did a quote from Game of Thrones, be like, oh, Kwame woke up and chose violence today, right? But Kwame apparently don't watch no goddamn Game of Thrones. So he was like, you put the violent label on me, and now you got the media coming at me and blah, blah, blah. But he was right at every turn. The way they responded, Matt and Steven Jackson went and sat down with Rachel Nichols. They still haven't called him. Mm-hmm. Charlamagne did the whole talking about him on his show. But he was like, I don't even know you. So I'm like, man, that's man shit. Like, that's the shit that's missing. Like, the accountability.
Oh, he don't know Charlamagne.
Right.
Right.
Like, you talking all of, pulled out my family business, talking about my father who didn't raise me, my brother who I didn't grow up with.
Right.
And you got a rape charge.
Right.
It's like, so he's on this campaign the last 2 days. It's like, man, people need to know the real story. Why is it that you can be who you are, having done what you did, and you can keep your job at this major white-owned media company? And I was like, nigga, say that. Say that. He was like, Matt and Steven.
And the beauty of it is, again, when you have nothing to lose,
right?
When you truly, free and no one can tell you anything, you can speak your whole mind.
And so then he says to Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes, he said, man, y'all come on y'all podcast high. He said, but y'all got a deal. He said, y'all on so-and-so platform, making so and such money. And he said, and y'all get paid to tear down other black men in front of our kids.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, man, he said, how does that happen? I was like, yes, somebody say it.
The line that I enjoyed, which I wish he would say more, and I heard him say it. I can't remember in which of the videos, but like, essentially, I'm going to completely paraphrase here because he did not use these words, but he's like, I'm being judged for my talent from those who are talentless in what I do. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what he said, whatever, but that's just how I heard it. You know what I'm saying? But essentially, y'all don't play basketball, y'all barely play basketball, or you've never played basketball, and you've definitely never played it at my level. Right. I guess talking to like, to the Stephen A. sense of the word.
He did his research.
And he was like, but y'all gonna judge me and comment on how it's, you know what I mean? But you've never even done what I do. And I'm like, ooh, that's.
He said, Chris, you ain't never played. He said, Stephen A., you got your coach fired. You an honorary Q. He said, you made your career.
Oh, did he say that?
Man. Went. All right, let's go to the phones. See.
It's the honorary Q for me. That's
right. Right. Right, let's go to the phones real quick. 765, let's go one. Keep it a Kwame. We talking about Kwame Brown, man. The realest cat out right now. Refreshing. Welcome to the program. Wait a minute. Oh, what happened? Oh, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, what's up with you?
Hey, man, and look, that's the first time I ever seen Stephen A. backtrack so fast.
Who are you?
Somebody asked Stephen A., are you going to...
Caller.
Who are you? Introduce yourself.
Introduce yourself, caller.
Oh, well, I'm just a caller, man. I'm a long-time patron of the show,
Okay, we'll take it.
All right. But go ahead.
But I've never seen somebody shut Stephen A. Smith up so fast, because somebody asked him, are you going to respond to Kwame? He said, I can't, because he's absolutely right. And I'm going to go over here, sit down, shut the hell up, and ride this storm out. I ain't never seen nobody do that.
Did he say that on air, or he said that in a, like, how did he say that? How did Stephen A. say that? He said it on air or in like some sort of quotable comment?
Check it out on Twitter. I think it's on Twitter.
Okay.
His exact word, he's absolutely right. I have been crushing him for years, inappropriately.
Wow.
And he shut up. You ain't heard nothing from Steve.
Yeah, but nobody's really responding.
That's the way to play it, though.
Yeah.
For real. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're Stephen A., like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and let him hear it out. Because like this, what can I tell? I can't. Yeah. I have no argument. I have no. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can I say? Yeah. That's how I'd play it.
That's heavy.
Talk your talk, fam.
I checked it out. Kwame has been. He's not been talking just the past week or two. He's been actually on his social media talking about a lot of deep things for the past few years.
That's heavy. Man.
So I mean, if you hear him, he almost sounds like a black Republican. He sounds like Carl Lamont.
But with I hear that, but not so much.
Instead of from Louisiana, he's from Georgia.
Yeah, not so much. He's okay, conservative, sure. He has some conservative.
He's a conservative.
Yeah,
he's definitely a conservative.
Yeah, but he's making a shitload of sense, a shit ton of sense.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I'm glad he's saying
actually killing it.
Yeah, especially about the music business and media, because those are things that I've witnessed and have said over the years, but had no platform. But to see somebody that really don't give a fuck, really say it and get everybody's attention and have everybody now focusing in on it is so refreshing. Mm-hmm. So refreshing.
And look, I don't think I'll ever hear the phrase "bitch ass nigga" again, and not hear it come from this nigga's mouth, because he has perfected.
No, he's perfected
the tonality of everything.
Punk.
Yeah, punk. Oh, you shut your goddamn mouth, you punk. He's good, man. Amazing. Appreciate your call. All right, let's go to Illinois. It was good. Welcome to the program. Let's go live. What's good with you?
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, man. Who this?
What's good, man? Hey, man, I'm agreeing with everything you said. And you know what's funny? Jalen Rose, about 10 years ago, he shut that show that Skip Bayless used to be on ESPN down, defending Kwame Brown to Stephen A. and Skip, because he was like, you cannot be a scrub. And I actually agree with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of course, Kwame Brown didn't live up to the expectations, being the first player pick. But at the end of the day, we don't watch sports the way we used to. Kwame Brown did a lot of things that don't show up on the stat sheet, right? He's a very good defender, and he's a very good one-on-one defender, and that doesn't show up. So I don't call him a bust, because most busts, like Anthony Bennett got picked by the Cavs, number one pick. He was out the league 4 years later. Most busts are gone in 4 years. This dude stayed around 13 years.
Right.
He wasn't great.
Right.
But he was just a role player. And I totally agree with Kwame. I was watching it, praising it.
Yeah.
Literally praising it. I said it on my podcast at one time. Like, hey, these guys up there just to make folks look bad.
Yeah. And really calling that part out is really, that's the one for me. And so apparently right before we came on, he did the little 20-minute video, and so I watched a little piece of it. So apparently Charlamagne people sent a cease and desist.
Oh,
character defamation. So he really hitting hard if that's your response.
Is cease and desist like equivalency of like dry snitching?
Is that because you got the peoples involved?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You went told, fam? You went told?
Yeah. I appreciate
it. Down?
How do you send a cease and desist and you double just your way into it? You just stayed on the sideline.
Yeah, right.
Not said anything. But you said, hey, let me in.
Yeah.
And got punched in the face, laid flat back. Now you want to get the people on your side. You're doing exactly what he's accusing you of.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, look, see, he's touching and going.
He touching and going?
He's touching and going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Jumping in where you wasn't supposed to. You
wasn't supposed to, right.
You shut your goddamn mouth.
You was all the way over here, fam. What you came over here for?
Right. And that's what he said. And he was like, I'm not going to let up. He said, how does he still be able to work at a place like that? And I was like, yeah, say it again. He was like, nah, black women. He said, how can y'all listen to him? How can And I was like,
I just thought of?
He about to get that man out the seat.
You know what I just thought of? Speaking of Spanish Fly, that's how that Hannibal Buress. He was like, how are we out here loving Bill Cosby, da-da-da-da. He's out here raping women. And everybody was like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
Let's look into this. And then all of a sudden,
started
the tidal wave, and all of a sudden he got hit with a whole lot of that he didn't want to get hit with.
If you're making a living currently on gossip, and then someone puts out a video with their opinion on you, which is based in facts, and you said a cease and desist, and you do 365 days of gossiping, and you telling somebody else,
not in these 2021s,
you telling somebody else to cease and desist because they're defaming your character, and that's literally all you do.
Right?
Hey, man, I don't know, man. It's not going to end well.
Right.
Yeah.
He might wake up the Me Too's and get them back activated, fam.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
Yeah. Shout out to Kwame Brown, man. We're going to keep it a Kwame, man. Because
I'm a
everything
fan
that he's doing.
I'm gonna be binge. What's the new phrase for that? Binge Kwameing. I'm gonna go on a Kwame binge. I'm going to Kwame binge. I'm going to Kwame binge this evening and catch up on whatever I missed.
All the latest episodes.
I got to get them in order. What I need to do is get them in order. I'm watching them out of order.
My mama's son's like
right. Y'all not gonna talk about my mama's son.
He got the shirts on his Instagram.
My mama's son.
He got my mama's son and my mama's cooking. He got the shirts already. They moving. He got like 100,000 new subscribers in the last 2 days. Moving, shaking up. And he got it this morning. The one I saw this morning. He's like, man, I don't know what y'all been doing. He's driving. He said, me and my brother here, man. I just got to look at these hands.
Yeah, that's what I saw. That's the video I saw. Like I saw the first 10 minutes of that.
He said, I'm out here working, just taking care of my land, man. I ain't tripping on none of you punks, you bitch ass punks.
Why he was talking about What's your man's? He keep calling him Becky with the good hair. And
Matt Barnes.
Matt Barnes. He was like, he said something like, why don't you go take your son to so and so? He said, matter of fact, Derek probably taking him to.
If there was, he shoot about 98%. If there was anything that I didn't like, it would be the colorism part. I was like, knock it off.
Oh, with the whole light skin.
That's the only part I don't like. But here's the thing, though.
So you said his field goal average is what? 98%.
Most of his shots are coming from the front seat of the car, and they're going in. But the only if one critique, if I can get him on the phone, be like, just lay off of that shit. But even with the colorism part, he's still making a valid point about Matt Barnes. First video, because these are stuff that nobody talks about. He was like, he said, I know you. Know what kind of kid you was. He said, you was mixed up. He said, you was mulatto. You was half-breed. I was like, where you going?
Oh, jeez.
I was like, where you going, Kwame? And then he was like, he said it. He was like, you probably wasn't black enough for the black kids. And you wasn't white enough
for the white kids. Ooh, jeez.
I was like, wow.
Oof.
Well, motion Jones.
Right.
And he was like, and you grew up angry. And he was like, and you think that's being tough. He was like, no, you still a little boy. You hurt. And I was like, damn.
That's another one of his lines. Little boy.
Little boy.
Little boy.
Little boy.
Yeah, little boy.
Yeah. But man, Kwame Brown, man.
That's some good watching. It's some good watching.
We'll see how long it keeps up. I don't think it can sustain itself for longer than a week. However,
damage done. Damage
is done one, and the talking points are still floating. Like they still have not been responded to. So the cease and desist, I don't know what that's going to do, because he altered he's smart. He was like, all right, I got a cease and desist. He said, I'm not going to say you raped nobody no more. I'm not going to say that. He said, I'm going to say that you pled to a lesser charge. And that's what he called him in the whole video. He said,
what he called him? Was it, he gave him
you
a new
plead
nickname?
to a lesser charger. That's what he called him.
Plead to a lesser charger.
I was like, oh shit, this thing, he's actually kind of wizard with it.
Oh man, he's a wizard with it. Love wizard with it. I like it. I'll take it. I love when like people spit hard knowledge and they keep it a buck, man. I love it. I love he didn't change. I love it when you don't change your vernacular. You just talking that talk. And you got to just sit here and take these gems, no matter which way I love it. I love it. Yeah. Keep
it a Kwame. All right, let's go
keep
to
the whole Kwame.
Money Wheel, y'all. Here's the thing. We ain't got a lot of time. It's $90, man. Y'all want to do it? It's only $90.
Are we voting?
Yeah, let me see what the chat is talking about, man. $90. It's 15 over the good to go amount.
Yeah, that's only $45 to whoever put up.
Yeah, $45. Yeah, I don't know, man. Let me show it. Let me put it up.
A little slight.
Thumbs up in the chat. Thumbs up in the chat if you want to do the wheel.
You know what? I feel like the only truly diplomatic way to do it is whomever participated in the wheel. If they're watching, if they can throw up their vote, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, got it. It's not a lot, but so yeah.
Well, I mean, we could take a quorum on whomever.
Yeah, so Deborah, Cutie Pie, James,
Lee,
end of the bench, Brian, and that's it. So let's.
What about Lee? Lee, am I seeing Lee?
Oh, Lee Ricks on there. Yeah, Lee Ricks on there. Yeah. So let's see. Teron, you don't get a vote.
So you can't vote, right? You can't vote if you ain't All
right, Brian with the 6 thumbs down. Let's see. Who else? Oh, Jay Lee's on there too. Jay Lee, what you thinking?
Jay Lee said next week already.
Oh, she already said. Oh,
yeah,
that might be
next week already.
There's a swing vote. Let's see. Anybody else? Oh, it is on there. It's not on there. You got 4 spots. My bad. I was rushing. So you on there.
Okay,
Jay.
So the joint wasn't right anyway.
Yeah, the number is right. But
you put in the slots on it. Okay.
Yeah. Deborah says no. Hey, Jay Lee, is you there? You got 4 slots. I see it.
So the quorum is saying next week. So
yeah, next week. So we're gonna push it.
We're gonna push till next week.
All
All
right.
right.
There it is. We're gonna push it. Good job. And the next time Monday, you'll see your names on there.
Yeah,
so.
you gotta talk it up a little. See, Wednesday, the allergies that took you out on Wednesday.
Yeah, well, no,
that's the normal talk. That's a big talk up day for the wheel.
Time.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So
Monday I'm gonna talk it up again because I was honoring Malcolm X's birthday, national holiday. So that's what that was, and allergies. Just
and now for all those in this part of the Northeast, if you're not ducking cicadas, you about to be hard.
Man, the cicada when because they supposed to be here.
Oh, they out here.
Nah, they ain't doing nothing.
I think you. So you're not hearing it. You're not hearing them.
I don't hear nothing.
Do you have a lot of greenery? Do you have a lot of greenery?
Yeah.
By you? Okay.
I see the bodies.
I'm telling you, fam, it's about to pick up because last week was kind of the soft open. You know what I'm saying? This week, I'm seeing more bodies, right? I'm starting to see them fly because I think there's a little moment where the wings have to develop and the wings gotta to harden or whatever.
It's a word. It's a it starts with an M. It's a word.
Sure.
Emulsive.
Sure. That word.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing the mating call and it's getting louder.
I don't hear shit. I think something's up. I think 5G. The waves from the
we back to 5G?
Yeah, because 17 years ago, I remember I was on the morning.
I remember, and I was. That's when I lived on.
They was attacking. I mean,
I lived on your side of town.
Yeah,
actually. And them joints was no joke. But I feel like I googled today. I said, so how long is this supposed to last? And it says it's normally late May through June. So I'm like, I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're at that part yet. I don't think we're at that. I think the worst is yet to come.
Shells, I seen the little bodies or whatever, and
I'm telling you, I bet you by next week you're gonna be like, I'm telling you, I think the worst is yet to come.
I think global warming and climate change mixed with 5G and the COVID.
I'm gonna need you to clip this clip.
They not coming the way. Some of them is like was crawling out. It was like, I ain't fucking with that.
We going back now. Yeah. I'm telling you, because last week I was like, my neighborhood, because this is the first time I'm living where I'm at when this is happening. I'm like, my neighborhood must not be one of them neighborhoods. I looked out at my backyard yesterday morning. I was like, okay. The shells, the crusty shells was all over the place, fam. Stuck to whatever.
According to Alpha Mama, she said they mate and then the males die. So what do we see in the male shells? The male shells? Oh, is that what? Because we're only gonna see half then, or do the kids come out making the noise?
No, what I think what happens is they mate, and then I think when the whatever the eggs hatch or whatever, then they crawl back down into the ground.
Then they come out with teenagers,
and then they come out at 17, like what's popping? Let's get it cracking. Right, horny as I don't know what, because they're 17 years old now. They like, what's happening? It's going, telling you, watch. In the next week, you're gonna be like, yo, cicadas everywhere. I can't move.
Do it again.
Cicadas everywhere. I can't. That's the Lamont. That's my Lamont thing. This is my Lamont impression. Oh, now we gonna grab it.
No, I gotta zoom you in.
Okay. There's cicadas everywhere. I can't go anywhere. There's cicadas. That's the Lamont distress. My Lamont distress impression every time.
I'm gonna be out there like, you shut your goddamn mouth, you punk. You cicada punk.
Wait, what? What are you going to tell the cicadas?
You shut your goddamn mouth, you punk. Little boy.
Little boy.
My mama's son. I'm out here, my mama's son. Hey, why does drink? My battery. My mama's cooking. All right. There goes that. What else? Something else I was about to say right before you said the cicada.
We talking about allergies and
no, it was Jay Lee. I was wondering, Jay Lee, I got your email. Unfortunately, due to the subject matter of your email, I cannot talk about it on the show, so I won't be talking about it. But I did get it. And then right after I got your email, I saw a headline on Twitter where the FBI is cracking down on the those type of
What?
documents. So yeah. So there's that.
What do you? Wait, no, fam. No. You can't do that.
No,
You can't
no.
do
He sent me an
that.
email alerting me of some options. There were some options regarding traveling, in case you wanted to travel.
Okay.
And you needed paperwork.
Oh, geez.
you needed paperwork that said you were good to go.
Okay.
Send me an email showing me some options, and then when I seen the options, I was like, "Oh, bet that." And then I went to Twitter, and our trending topic was the FBI is cracking down.
Yeah. You don't want that.
Yeah. So I was like,
you don't want that.
I can't even respond to the email. Now I can't even respond.
You got to double delete that email. Delete. You got to delete it out your inbox and your delete box.
No paper trail.
Right.
No digital footprint.
No,
so
sir.
I was like, they said FBI, they not playing. Don't try to laminate your shit. Don't try to photocopy and alter your shit. I was like, all right.
You don't want no pieces of that, fam.
No. I am on the up and up. You know
right. You be on that. Right. You be in that PPP fraud line.
Yeah.
Looking at 7 years because you try to go from here to Montego Bay.
Yeah. No way. All right. Well, there it is, y'all. Great show. Hey, newcomers. I see some newcomers. Newcomers get shout outs. Where you
at? Peace.
Yeah, Peace. I saw one.
Thanks to the callers too. We had a couple of calls too.
That was Brian and
Anonymous.
Yeah, Anonymous. He was like, I'll just be watching. Wait a minute, where'd it go? I seen the name, but it's Earl. Was it Earl? Something like that. Appreciate you joining us anyway. And on behalf of everybody that made the show possible, I appreciate y'all. John Watson, our New York bureau chief, All Fun and Games. This is what we do each and every Friday.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you. Appreciate you. All right, y'all. That's pretty much what it is. Be safe out there, man. We overtime, Roland Martin. I appreciate it. Oh, I had something funny, man. Haynes sent me something. I didn't get it off my DM. I'm gonna play it Monday. Roland Martin. He's on standby right now, but he's also doing his own show, so I don't think he'll be missed. Wizards in the playoffs. Keep it a Kwame. Enjoy your weekend. Don't do nothing crazy, man. When they if you learn anything from Kwame Brown, man, don't start no fight. But when they shoot the fuck back.
I don't care if it is a closet. You still looking mad official.